What's been holding you back? Perfectionism. Like, seriously. Let's think about it for a moment. Let's sit, let's pause, let's reflect, right? You see, why I bring this up is because a counter to that is what inspires you, right? And so these two things was reflecting within my mental when I did my fast from social media. And I think by answering both questions, we can give ourselves the answers that we need to get us out of what's holding us back and to move in to what inspires us. And those may take baby steps, they may take different actions or certain awareness or new habits that need to be built. But what matters is that we start to ask ourselves these questions so that we can become aware of the answers or aware of even to where to start to look, right? So if you're new here, if you found the thumbnail engaging enough to click on this video, one, thank you. And for my folks who've been here, welcome. My name is Mark Anthony, and this is Elevated Talk. Welcome to the Cosmic Show. All right. And this question goes hand in hand with the mission that we have started. And that mission is to impact and inspire deeper realization within all beings. One video at a time, one new habit at a time, one fuck up at a time, right? Because those L's are really W's, right? It's all about perception, right? So to answer the question, that's what inspires me. I was sitting with this prior to making this video, and just yesterday was technically the day I was supposed to drop the video, but we dropping it on Wednesday, and I'm gonna get into that. Um, but I was just sitting with the question that I have asked you, and then just pondering. And what inspires me is evolution, it's change, it's seeing even in the process, and this really helps me stay in the present moment, seeing my subtle mindset shifts, seeing me react or create something new based off what I've been doing. And on top of that, knowing that there's always room to grow, and knowing that I have so much tapped potential but also so much untapped potential. And this keeps me just in this inspirational state. But for me, why I had to take a step back from posting content for a little bit was because I realized that I was approaching content from this very systematic way rather than something that's inspiring me. And this goes to what was holding me back. And what was holding me back was solely operating on systems, right? I'm an analytical guy. I like to think, I like to ponder, right? But you see, it's a balance to it. Thinking is that double-edged sword. Same thing with technology, right? Check out my other videos about that. And so when I was, thinking of all these, systems to be implemented on how I want to, efficiently make content, which is necessary, right? We need systems, we need structure. But what happens is, and what happened in my experience is, I let myself get too caught up in how things was working in the past, and was low-key kind of stuck in the past just a little bit, enough for me to kind of not lose motivation but lose that inspiration, because my mind was going rather than my heart chakra and that sacred creativity, because it can get kind of dense in the mind sometimes. And so I asked both of these questions. I asked both of these questions to myself, and I was able to sit with that and really recognize what it was. And I mean, to this day, I'm still getting realizations on realizations from just asking those questions and really sitting with it, taking time to be present with it. And so I feel once you have the answers to those questions, now we can begin to start to take the steps to begin to leave what's holding us back, which some releasing methods for you, right? Look, and this is something else I wanted to mention. I think what also was holding me back was trying to put myself in regards to content as like, okay, I'm only going to talk about spirituality. I'm only going to talk about this. I'm only going to talk about this. And I really want to encase all my platforms as a multitude of spaces where you can come and get a multitude of information. And that's something that really released this like creative blockage on me, that I felt like, I gotta only come up here and give y'all that spiritual lore. Now I'm gonna find interesting ways to tie it together, but there's many things that are going on right now, and I feel it's important that yes, we honor the past, but we embrace where we are right now and the tools that we have right now to be able to create a better future. And sometimes that takes looking to the past, seeing where they messed up, but also seeing their successes. And so this is micro and macro. This is for yourself and for your ancestors and the ones that came before us, but also for your kids, our kids that will come, the next generations that will come. So it's important that we leave from the past, right? Ask ourselves, what is holding us back? Is it the connection to the trauma? Is it the idea that we're still experiencing that? Uh, what is holding us back? And then from there, once we get the answer, right, that law of balance, let's replace it with what inspires us. So we've seen what happens. Let's let go of that and use what inspires us to cultivate a new world, to cultivate a new self, right? Now, short and sweet, all right? No, I ain't gonna conscious yap up here too long. That's what the lives are for. So stay tuned for more lives. Um, some methods of releasing what's holding you back, right? I'm gonna just go through methods of release that I like to do. I like to scream. Screaming is good. Like just letting out a good like scream, bro. Like just from the chest, from the throat chakra, or just letting out a good scream. Writing down, but like passionately writing down in your journal what you're feeling, what you're going through. Don't hold nothing back, right? Burning things in a fire, right? Write what you want to let go of and let it burn in a fire, right? Because that element of fire is that purification, right? It's that beautiful purification of that flame, right? So when we burn things, we're letting it go, right? There's some other mystical rituals you can get into. A lot of things that deal with the elements. We can use the elements to help us heal. I know I dropped a series on TikTok that I talked about how to use the elements to let go. And there's so many different ways, but those are some simple ways that you can use to let go or bring to your awareness what's holding you back, but then also bring to your awareness what inspires you, right? I feel it's time that we move off of inspiration while also honoring the structure that is necessary to bring those dreams, to bring that inspiration into reality, because that structure almost acts as a channeler of energy, right? So now when you have that inspiration, instead of it just dying out because you have nowhere to put it, you now have some type of structure to say, okay, I got this idea. Now I can do this, this, and this, rather than moving like, all right, let me put all this together in this box, and then I'm only going to move based on this systematic box that I've created. Like I'm learning right now, and something that came to me, and I promise you, look, I say I ain't finna yap, then I yap. I'm learning right now that it's a masculine flow, and that embodies the feminine and the masculine. And so that requires for you to listen to your emotions a little bit more, intuitively tap into yourself a little bit more, right? And also, that's not taken away from your masculinity. There is a way, and I can't put it into words right now, that you can use both, right? To empower your masculinity and to empower that flow. So that's my spiel. I highly suggest sitting with those two questions, okay? If you are looking to find that deeper inspiration within yourself, no joke, I know it sounds salesy as fuck, but it's true. It's what helped me go from ignorance and unawareness to the blissful Mark Anthony you see in front of you right now. I've dropped a divine chakra course that takes you through each chakra, helping you release and face those inner wounds, helping you face those inner child subconscious programmings, and understanding the root at which why you act the way you act, right? That's down below, elevated resources, along with a multitude of other resources that we will continue to explore as we drop more videos. All right. My name is Mark Anthony. This is Elevated Talk, and welcome to the Cosmic Show. Peace and gratitude to the ancestors.